Hello, my name is Sharon Fitzpatrick and welcome to my YouTube channel, Lifestyle with Sharon. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make really tasty hash browns. I'm going to show you a couple of variations just to make it that little bit different. And if you like it, do give it that thumbs up and share it with your friends on social media to let people know about the videos. And they come out every week. And if you haven't done so already, do subscribe to the channel. It's free of charge. And if you hit that notification bell, it will just give you a gentle reminder of when the video comes out. So I hope you enjoy the video and I look forward to doing more for you. Enjoy. Okay, so we're just going to start with grating some potatoes. Alright, so with some grated potato, I've just put it in a sieve. I don't bother soaking it all or anything. I just put it in a sieve and give them a really good rinse. Give them a mix with your hand and then you just let the water drain. Give it a bit of a shake. Get rid of most of the excess water. Then you bring it over to a tea towel and you just put it on the tea towel and the tea towel will soak up most of that water. And then you can put the tea towel on the top just to get any excess on the top. And then just get some kitchen paper and take off any excess water. Then take your tea towel away, dry your worktop, put your potatoes on some kitchen paper and then just put your kitchen paper on the top and you'll see that'll soak up any excess water. Now some people put it in a tea towel and squeeze it, but I find this much easier, especially if you've not got very strong hands or weak wrists. This is a much easier way to do it. So we're just going to put this into a bowl. So just tip all your potatoes in. So just do it again with the kitchen paper once they're in your bowl and they'll be lovely and dry. We're just going to season our potatoes with 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. These little yolks are really handy for measuring out. I'd say 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric. Gives them the hash browns a lovely colour. And to get a really nice flavour, although I have not so flavour anyway, but nice flavour is to get some coriander. It's best to use your hands. You can use 2 spoons to mix it around. The best way is just to get your hands in there and make sure the seasoning is throughout all the potatoes rather than just having some bits of potato with a bit of seasoning and some without. Give it a good mix. Look at the lovely colour that turmeric gives to the potato. And with the seasoning of the coriander, that just adds to the lovely colouring. Now we're just going to grate some cheese. I've just using red cheddar cheese here. But you can use white cheddar cheese or you can use any type of cheese that you like. Right, so now we're going to add our cheese in here. Now of course you don't have to do cheese, but I think it's nice with the cheese in it. And just give this a good mix. So we're just going to crack an egg. And just give it a little mix with a fork. Now we're going to add the egg into the potatoes. So again, I know it's a bit messy, but you know, it's the best way to mix it all together. Now you can have them just like this, or you could do what I'm going to do and do some different fillings inside them. So I'm going to show you 3 different suggestions. So I'm going to divide these into 3. So we're just going to chop up the spring onions. So if you wanted to cut them all the way along like that, and then nice and small pieces along this way. If you have a sharp knife, you are less likely to cut yourself. So make sure you get yourself some good knives. So we're going to do another one with tomatoes. So we'll just chop the cherry tomatoes. That's a bit of a mouthful. I nearly said chop the cherry tomatoes, but it's chop the cherry tomatoes into little tiny pieces. Try and say that quickly. Right, so I've cooked some bacon here. We don't want to overcook it, but we do want it cooked. And we have spring onions ready for a spring onion hash brown, tomatoes for a tomato hash brown, and now we're going to get some bacon for a bacon hash brown. And of course, you can mix all 3 of these up if you like. No, play around with what you'd like in your hash browns. I'd love to know in the comments what you've done with your hash browns. Personally, I prefer to cut my bacon up with a pair of scissors, as most of you will probably know by now. It's just so much easier rather than doing it with a knife. So you want to chop it up into tiny little pieces. So we're going to put 1 tablespoon of flour into here, and we're going to be making our spring onion one first. So we're going to add some spring onion, and you just give this a mix around with your hand. It is a little bit messy. I know you can do it with a spoon, but I just think you get a better hash brown if you just give it a good mix with your hands. It's more even with the ingredients. I'm just going to sprinkle a bit of flour onto the worktop, and I'm going to get a bit of this mixture and squeeze it into my hand a little bit, and then place it onto the worktop. So you just want to put it into some kind of shape, and you want to flatten it fairly thin. You don't want it too thick. Yeah, so you just make it into the shape you want. You could get a cutter and do a round circle shape if you want, or you can just do a rectangle like I did here. Okay, and just put another little bit of flour on the top and just kind of rub it in. And then just pick it up with this spatula and then put it on a plate or a tray or whatever it is you decide. And then you're going to put that in the freezer for at least 2 or 3 hours, or you can leave it overnight. So into this we're going to add some tomatoes, and then we're going to add 2 tablespoons of flour. Again, the best way to do it is just mix it around with your hands. And again, we'll just put some flour onto our worktop, and we'll take some of this. Each one of these little bowls is about 170 grams roughly, and I usually get 2 hash browns out of one of these. And they're fairly decent size, but you can do whatever size it is you want. If you wanted to make 3 out of it, make 3. And then just sprinkle a little bit more flour on the top and just spread it about with your hand. So just scoop it up with your spatula and put it on the plate, and then we're going to put them in the freezer. To make our bacon one, we just add our bacon into our potato and cheese and seasoning, and then you add your 2 spoonfuls of flour, any type of flour, and I'm just going to sprinkle our worktop with the flour again, and then we're going to mix this around so the bacon's all getting inside. Give it a good mix and mix the flour as well. Just keep turning it around, making sure you grab all that flour that's in the bowl. So I'm just going to get half of this mixture, squeeze it a little bit, and then place it onto the flour, and then just make the shape that you want. And sprinkle a little bit of flour on the top. You can just rub it a little bit with your fingers. So just get that with your spatula, and then place it onto a plate, and I'll do another one in a minute, and we'll put them into the freezer. So now we're ready to cook our hash browns. So we're just going to, into a hot pan, put some olive oil in. So I'm going to cook all 3. So this is the cheese and spring onion, the cheese and tomato, and the cheese and bacon. And because they've been frozen for a couple of hours, they stay together and they're perfect for cooking. Right, so these have been cooking on a fairly low heat. So after about 10 minutes, if you're cooking them on a low heat, if you're shallow frying, just give them a flip and look at that beautiful colour. I'm just using a second spatula so that it doesn't splash. That's a little safety tip. So we'll just take out the hash brown with the spring onions and put them on some kitchen roll. We'll take out the tomato one, and we'll take out the bacon one. So this is our lovely one with the bacon. This is the one with the tomato, and this is the one with the spring onion. Right, so as you can see, I've done the hash browns. I've served it with some bacon and some scrambled egg. And I'll put the link below on a video that I did for how to make lovely scrambled egg. Right, so now I'm just going to cut this open to show you what it looks like. So this is the hash brown with the bacon inside. Doesn't that look delicious? I'm going to cut open the tomato one. And this is the hash brown with the tomato inside. Doesn't that look gorgeous? And this is the one with the spring onion inside. And believe me, they really are a delicious hash brown. So enjoy. Well, thank you for watching today's video with Lifestyle with Sharon on how to make homemade hash browns. So I hope you enjoyed it, and do keep watching every week for see what else I'm going to be making for you. I'm looking forward to doing more. Bye for now.